Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, I'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 2 of the anime series Show by Rock. And I gotta say, this episode, much as the first, just rocked my world. I had a lot of fun with it, and it's a lot to do with the characters and the quirkiness of the environment. Cian herself is basically becoming more familiar with the world she now inhabits, and, this sort of sound universe or dimension, whatever you want to call it, through the, tutelage of her mystical, magical guitar. She's learning about how the crystals function in this world, how they are sort of melodic and they are empowered through music, and she will be able to utilize their power, through that course, as well as they can be transformed if they are affected negatively by dark music, air quotes, whatever that is, And it's kind of like a battle of the band's motif every step of the way. We are being debuted to the other band as contracted by, the same folks, Maple and such, as Plasmagica, that Cian has now joined, Shingen Crimsons, and these four guys are hilarious, very much like the sort of main characters. None of them, there's a uniformity in their presence and their persona. They all have their own catchphrases, but they're all, working together as they debut, and then you find out they're all butting heads, with the exception of sort of the lead guy, Rom, who we find out has his own sort of legit work that he's doing on the side to make ends meet or what have you. All these other guys, they have chips on their shoulders. You have the small in stature one, the godly one, the one who has the masterful instrumentation, and they are very much trying to be sort of typographical, boy band or idol band, that kind of situation, and they're not getting any jobs, So it's kind of like astounding after we basically see Cian is having some practice, playing with the other girls, Plasmagica, and they go down to this little tavern that's on the first floor, which is apparently the hostess is this Angelica character we saw in the previous episode, sort of manhandling or woman-handling, whatever you want to call it, the Egg Maple, their manager. And they run into, again, of course, this foursome, Shingen Crimsons, and they're, very dismissive of anyone they think conceivably could be fans, because apparently they were the sons of dairy farmers. They call them cattle. So, yeah, really winning the girls over there, boys, But they get an impromptu job, and lo and behold, it's becoming the opening act for that sort of pop group, idol group that Cian basically saved in the first episode, and none of them are thrilled with this, especially the Rom character, who I guess he has a history with the lead singer of this other band, and he's very reluctant, but of course Angelica kind of persuades him, I guess through fear of being beaten or something, to take the job. And it looks like they're going to screw it up from a moment's notice. As soon as that job begins, opening for this other band, already they start in with the calling the fans cattle, and we see sort of the pig-faced trio of girls, I guess, in the audience, like, who the hell are these guys, But then they start playing the music, and to my delight and surprise, they win over the crowd. So I thought that was awesome. They get to leave sort of with a level of smugness, the Rom character especially, being that, I guess, whatever this history is he has with the lead singer of the other band, he walks right past them in the hallway as they're leaving, and Cian is just, her heart has melted for all of this success. And we also got to see this great sort of bonding between the girls, basically after Cian had been taking a bath and was singing a song of her own writing and everything, and they were all sort of won over by this. And, you have basically Choo Choo in there first, talking to her about songwriting and letting her listen to some song that she had written and I guess recorded. And then, of course, Riddle is in there, and she's very much just obsessed, I guess, with Cian, taking pictures of her in her pajamas. And then, of course, the character who's kind of my favorite after Cian herself, Moa, who is very moe, she's basically still got that sort of speech impediment, Piero, that she says after every sentence, again, reminding me of the Udachi character from Kantai Collection. And, but what I love in this episode is we're finding out, whereas Riddle was joining Plasmagica to make friends, she didn't have any friends, something Moa thinks to herself, like, oh, I can't let anyone know that I'm an alien from another planet sent to observe this world. It's like, okay, sure, why not, you know? And then, of course, toward the end of the episode, there's a hint of yet another band who is going to potentially be making its debut and probably going to be very much an antagonistic, force to be reckoned with for the Plasmagica girls. So, you have Cian basically making the promise to stay in this world, stay situated herein, and figure out a way to fight these monsters and best them and save this world. But as long as she can get back and join the club by a certain time of the year, So, again, the charm, the wit, the quirkiness of this show, and just, I love the animation and the marriage between the 2D, the 3D, the colors, everything. Just the entire visual palette of this particular show. I love it. It's like, just eyegasms, one after the other. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of episode 2 of Show by Rock, if you've seen it, if you're enjoying it, if it's living up to your expectations or not. Anything goes as long as it's not spoilery information based on the source material. So otherwise, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.